you know.
Okay. And. Yeah, I'm in.
So it was a company that I knew about those, like, we had, yep.
Oh, looking good.
It's better than.
How does it say BOC pump?
I'll change that. Over. Yeah, I can do that after the fact. So
So
After
the
you-
camera was.
yeah, after
Yeah.
it's done going live. We'll scoop that up, right? 'Cause that's
'Cause it's given us threats.
Yep, so just data.
Do you want to see what it looked like online? Is it actually?
That's what it looks like. That's why he did it.
We got this.
Yeah, it's like you don't need to, it's, see the camera screw.
Last time I put something to those. Oh, okay.
He rebooted it.
So it's not gonna work for the public right now?
It's gonna look like that.
Share free.
Okay.
It's got my name signed in there. I'll make sure we're.
Yeah, but we
Right.
one on our.
Maybe not, yeah, cause I went through personnel and then it's gonna be approval through, the board, so. Maybe that's just today.
Written for your whole.
Yeah.
Her thing. Same one.
Well, you can only go
Yeah.
so many in there.
Then you gotta retire.
We're good. You're not gonna see it because the camera is malfunctioning and we don't wanna
We're all set.
get anybody sick. Yep. Including me.
Okay, it's 1 o'clock. I'm gonna call the August 19th Board of Commissioner meeting to order. Today, we're gonna start out with the prayer by Commissioner Sarpella, followed by the pledge by Commissioner Ballard.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the time to gather. We're grateful, Lord, for the weather that you give us. We ask you would be with our farmers as their time of harvest is proceeding. Give them favorable weather and bountiful crops. And we ask also, Lord, that you would be with our teachers and our students as they start back in their fall school enrollment. We thank you, Lord, for all the things that you do give us. Allow us to be mindful of our family and friends that we serve and to make sound decisions in our meeting today. In your son's most precious name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Lori, roll call, please.
District Commissioner 7, John Moody.
Here.
District 6, Commissioner Evan Zehart.
Here.
District 5, Commissioner Christine Lee.
Here.
District 4, Commissioner Bill Sarkella.
Present.
District 3, Commissioner Gary Heberlin. District 2, Commissioner Roger Ballard. District 1, Commissioner John Block.
Present. Thank you, Lori. Okay, on today's agenda, I need to remove the Board of Canvassers from the agenda. That is the only revision that I require. If nobody has anything else, I would entertain a motion to adopt our agenda with the one amendment. Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Ballard, support from Commissioner Ehart to adopt the agenda with one amendment of removing the Board of Canvassers from the agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried, agenda is adopted. At this time, we'll entertain a motion to approve our meeting minutes from August 5th.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to approve the minutes from August 25th.
I have a motion from Commissioner Eberlein. Is there support?
Support.
I have support from Commissioner Ehart to approve our meeting minutes from August 5th. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. You received your correspondence from Jody to email today. So we're gonna move into commissioner reports and we're gonna start with Commissioner Moody.
I had Speaker Township on the 12th. They had their fire report was 7 calls for the month of July, and they did a car wash, on the 16th. And all proceeds went to the MDA. They're getting some quotes, for some new cameras and phones for their building. And that's about it. Wasn't a whole lot on the agenda for last week. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, John. Evans?
Another report.
Okay, I can report that Marion Township finished up their back road brining last week, and that's all I have. Christine?
I have nothing to report, I wasn't here.
Okay, Bill?
Port Sanilac, working on some issues with drainage around the fire hall. And their sheriff's incident report at their meeting, they're very pleased with the coverage they received from the sheriff's department. Some work on some sidewalks and their water projects moving forward. They also held a town hall. I haven't heard the results of that yet, so they had a afternoon they devoted for town hall for folks to come in and discuss things with the council. Carsonville, their water tower project is moving forward. They had some street updates, and they're also discussing potential law enforcement coverage for the village there as well. And then Buell Township has a new clerk. Their former clerk took over as clerk for City of Croswell. Some tree removal by the hall, and summer tax roll is up to date, and they also signed their gravel contract with the County Road Commission. That's all I had.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Gary?
Thank you, John. This month I had the Watertown Township meeting, which I gave our monthly report. And unfortunately, I told you before, Watertown Township and our county board meeting for the county parks, it's almost the same time, the same day. I tried to split up the time to both. Also attended the Moortown Township meeting 2 weeks ago. And they're working on a blight ordinance, policy update, which was a roll call was done, approved. And the cleanup will now go in the tax roll. And they talked about the right of way where the old railroad track used to be. They had a well there. They now have approval to use that for whatever. Yeah, they talked about getting updates on their Windows 11 for the township. Last night I attended the Sandusky City Council, and there was a couple questions that came up by one constituent in regards to picking up large things such as bed mattresses and things. And city manager let them know that if they could go on the web or call it 24 hours prior to the pickup and pick them up. And also the city manager also advised them that the county has 2 free days at the dump site. So I think that satisfied the constituent concern. Also brought up last night, MSU planning seminar, and if I have this right, Dave, there's 4 meetings that will be held at the city council building and one
Five at City Hall for the citizen planner training.
And then also it was brought up last night, and I think it was explained pretty thorough. There was a person brought up about the clock and the working. We discussed that many times, and I think everyone excited story. So we'll see if that will and learn for.
Thank you, Gary. Roger?
Last night I attended Lamont Township's meeting. They approved sending 2 fire department personnel to their first responder training. They also approved their pre-buy for propane for the hall. They had a little discussion on whether they were gonna save more money by pre-buying or paying monthly and putting money in investments, and they decided pre-buy was a better deal. They approved some ditching on Arnold Road, and their annual fundraiser for the fire department hog roast is October 3rd. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Roger. Appreciate everyone's commissioner reports. Nathan, your administrator report, please.
Thank you. So first off, the monument that's been discussed for the veterans, we had a meeting on that with Gordy Williams, who was doing the cement work. Aaron Carlson, Josh Robinson attended, and it's looking like sometime that will be in place sometime this fall. Gordy expressed just that would be something that he thought he could squeeze in before the end of the year. So it's tough. Everybody's busy. So the monument is very close, though. They said that can be done whenever. So hopefully we see that prior to the end of November, sometime beginning of November at least is hopeful. So the prosecutor's office carpeting will begin there next week. So they're gonna kind of move to their next location. That should start Tuesday of next week. So we should have that moving forward. And had a couple union meetings with some of the public safety units. Those went, I think, pretty well, so I'll keep you guys posted as we, kind of make some headway with those. We had our Matt County Administrators call last week. One of the concerns that they expressed to us is the inability at this point for the state to settle on a budget. One of the things they urge us to do is to kind of go through our budget, see what sort of things are dependent upon state dollars, where we receive state dollars from. And then reach out to our local leaders and in Lansing and express to them the concerns. So I've been working on that a little bit. Christy and I, Christy Bender, our finance director, we've been discussing some of the funding we receive. A lot of it, a lot of the state dollars revolve around court stuff, whether it's judges reimbursement in juvenile court, our managed assigned counsel, or public defender's office. A lot of those are grant funded programs which come from the state. So
Even like, reimbursements like FOC and.
FOC is another one, so we've got when we started discussing them, there's a fair amount of dollars that come from the state. So the hope is that they'll buckle down and settle it. It sounds like the big holdup is the roads. They want to get a plan for how they're going to improve the roads and how that's going to be funded, and that seems to be a sticking point. So hopefully there's some movement on that. Last thing I wanted to bring up, we did have a meeting with the State Land Bank last week. So myself, Samantha Schnettler from our EDC office, who's helping oversee the grants. We've been talking about the Brown City Rehab Project, and we had Chuck Bennett from Brown City, their city manager, involved in that. The State Land Bank sent somebody out to kind of go through the home and do an evaluation, and they want some further, I guess I'd say, mold and lead testing, they said, and to kind of evaluate what sort of condition, whether the home is whether it's a rehab or whether that should just turn into a demo. So we were all on that call, all agreed. Either way, it would be a win for Brown City, because if it's rehab, it'll be a nice home in town. If it's demo, to get rid of a blighted home in the middle of their town. And it's on a very nice lot, which would be appealing to people too. So, it sounds like either way, but Chuck was going to let his council know and make sure that they were favorable either way, but he didn't see any concerns. So if you guys see something come through where we're making any changes to that, that might be why. They're just not sure the condition of the home, because potential mold and mold and lead and some concerns with that.
So if, they decide to rehab it, there would be more costs involved, what you're saying.
Well, we budgeted it for rehab, so that was the next thing, is if that just turns into a demo project, then we asked potentially, could we look to do more demo projects, because there would be leftover money, and they said that we could, because we'd prefer not to give money back to the state if we can use it here locally. So they said that wouldn't be an issue. And I know Samantha already said Tim from Peck reached out to her and had something kind of in the hopper as a backup if there was money left. So all right,
Sounds good.
that's all I have. Thank you, guys.
Any questions for Nathan?
Just a comment, regarding the monument, Veterans Day would be a nice target.
We talked about that. I didn't want to get, you hate to set dates, but we said it would be nice if that was in place by then. So we're hopeful.
Good. Very good. Thank you for your report, Nathan.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to move into public comments pertaining to the agenda. Are there any public comments pertaining to the agenda today? Seeing none, we are going to move on into presentations. And today we have Nicole Miller from the Salmon County Medical Care Facility. Nicole, welcome.
Thank you.
Evening, Commissioners, thank you for allowing me on the agenda today. Will be my name is Nicole Miller, I'm the administrator at St. Alvin County Care Facility. The report in front of you is a comprehensive evaluation of our financial resilience and strategic achievements over the past years. My remarks today will be brief, and you'll have supporting documents from the pamphlet. Page 2 is my executive summary. Over the past year, facility has shown continued resilience and measurable progress. We've strengthened our financial performance, maintained regulatory compliance, and achieved strong clinical outcomes. The main topics I will be talking about today are performance, financial statements, and our future. As far as performance management goes, these are my key focuses that I break the facility down into when planning out a year. Clinical excellence and quality, resident-centered experience, staff development and retention, regulatory compliance, operational efficiency and financial health, technology and innovation, and community and family engagement. On page 4, you will see the quarterly occupancy trends since 2022, and based on the current trajectory, we're positioned to average over 80 residents in the third quarter of this year. Next page, our general birth count. You can see there's been progress in our count this year, along with the end of year projected goal, which is at the end of the graph. That's based on where we're at currently. Pages 6 and 7 are past and current projects. It's detailed in your report. I'm not going to go through everyone, but you'll see there's a balance of improvements, technology upgrades, facility enhancements. Really looking at different processes, making sure they're optimized, all aimed at sustaining quality of care while also having to strengthen our infrastructure. Page 8 and 9 are future projects. We're currently looking on a 5-year plan. So our future projects are building our strong foundation, including innovative clinical programs, staff development, really working on technology advancements, ways to connect with families and community. Like I said, these are all part of a 5-year plan, balancing facility upgrades and financial stewardship. We believe these forward-looking initiatives will help us at the forefront of skilled nursing care in this region. The last page shows our shared vision, which remains clear: here to nurture, here to care, and your health is our mission. Just want to say thank you guys for your continued support and guidance as we work for our residents and this community, while also ensuring the facility's long-term strength. Is there any questions or comments at this time?
Any questions for Nicole?
How is your staffing then?
Our nurses are sufficient. We can use more seats.
Is that just a general difficulty of not enough people in the workforce for that? And is it our region maybe?
It honestly varies. There's different reasons why people leave. Once nursing is good, then CNA's kind of down, and vice versa.
Seems like CNAs are down a lot, other places too, so.
But we're still able to function at, census of 80, so.
Is it your intention to increase the census of the facility, or are you happy with where you're at in that 80 rate in that mark? Because you're essentially pretty full at that point, correct?
The highest census I can go right now is 88. And I would like to get to that point.
Okay.
I will have to make a decision within the next year what to do with the up to 104 licensed beds that I currently have, whether if that's sustainable in the future or not.
Okay.
The legislature right now is working on non-available bed plans, so they're deciding what their decision is. It's something that came in during COVID, so we're able to keep rooms offline without delicensing them. So currently, the rest of them are delicensed, and based on what they decide, they're going to continue this non-available bed plan that will determine how I go.
Okay. Is there any further questions for Nicole? Thank you. Nicole, we appreciate your efforts over there and everything you do. Thank you. And thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Okay, that was our only presentation today, so we're going to move directly into interviews for our planning commission. We have 2 who are current members of our planning commission here today. First being Denise Bush. Denise, welcome.
Hi. I'm Denise Bush, and I've been a member of the County Planning Commission since 2019. been the secretary since 2020. I also currently am on the Sand Lake Township Planning Commission. Guess that's all I got.
I can say Denise, you being the secretary of the county planning commission, you do a fantastic job and we'd be lost without you. So thank you for your service.
Any other questions?
Thank you for being here today, Denise. Up next for the planning commission is another current member of the planning commission, and that's Janet Cargo. Janet, welcome.
Thank you, Donna. Well, I'm here to be reappointed because my motivation is the same as when I first applied for the position. I love this county. I want to preserve it, a wonderful mix of agriculture, small cities and villages, and then the beauty of, and recreation along our lakes. I have come to know the members on the commission, and each one of us seems to bring a little bit of something into it. I just find a lot of synergy between other activities I'm involved in the county. And I see myself kind of as conduit to take what I learn back into those other organizations. I've tried to educate myself on the public acts we tend to review, so I can get better at doing that. And if you choose to reappoint me, I'll continue to be prepared, show up at meetings, and do the best I can to serve this commission.
Does anybody have any questions for Jan?
Any questions?
Jan, we appreciate your service to the community as well. You're a valuable asset to the planning commission. Thank you for being here today. Okay, that's going to conclude interviews for the county planning commission. So we're going to move right into appointments, and we have 2 appointments to make today to the county planning commission for a 3-year term expiring 9/1/2028, and that would be for Denise Bush and Jan Cargill.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella and support from, was that you, Roger? Commissioner Ballard to appoint Denise Bush and Jan Cargill for those 3-year terms. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Congratulations, we both reappointed. Board of Canvassers was removed from our agenda, so we do not need 13B or 14. And there are no, well, we do have one general resolution today. We're going to move into that, and that's a resolution honoring Brett Lester for years of service. Brett, welcome.
Thank you.
Commissioner Heberlein's got your resolution for you, and if you want to come up, Commissioner Heberlein will read it for you.
Before I read the resolution, I've known Brett for some time, been good friends, and done the job in the community for several years, and we all get to that point, we retired.
Yeah.
Something else, so. With that said, I'd like to read the resolution in honor of Brett Lester for his years of service. Whereas Brett Lester has dedicated over 27 years of service to the city of Sandusky law enforcement. He started as a police officer on May 18th, 1998, and was promoted chief of police 2010, a position he held for nearly 15 years. And whereas Brett received a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and a master's degree in public safety, and along with graduating from the FBI National Academy and the Michigan State University Staff and Command Program. And whereas Brett served as DARE officer for 20 years and as a school liaison, holding various leadership roles on community boards such as the Sand Lake County Drug Task Force, the Community Mental Health Board, Sand Lake Police Chiefs Association, and the Sandusky Lions Club, along with founding the Michigan House of Hope. And whereas Brett has earned the respect and admiration of his colleagues, community members alike for his tireless work ethic, his ability to mentor, guide others, and care for the safety and welfare of our citizens. Now therefore be resolved that the Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners extend a heartfelt gratitude to Brett Lester for his commitment to protecting and serving the public, for his mentorship of fellow officers, and for the impact he has made on the lives of those who have served. Be it therefore resolved that this resolution be presented to Brett Lester on his well-deserved retirement, and wishing him and his family health, happiness to spread upon the proceedings of the Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners on this day, the 19th day of August, 2025. We have to move over.
Is it the glare?
Go in there.
I didn't say that.
That's fine. You gotta be the first to it.
You wanna get on, Dave?
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Congratulations. I've had the pleasure of serving on a couple of boards with Brett, task force and community mental health and so. You won't find anybody from that. I'll serve it. Truly looking forward. Thank you, Brett.
Thank you, Green. Okay, very good. That concludes resolutions for today. So we're gonna jump into committee reports and we're gonna start with Commissioner Moody.
Just had the, emergency management. This, past couple week, they started a new fire class on the 13th of October and they're gonna, or 13th of August, and then they're going to finish up around April. That's about it. I have medical care facility next Monday.
Very good. Thank you, John. Evans?
One I got this week at HTC tomorrow will be our first time since June. We voted to take July off because a good amount of the board have been gone on vacation July, so this will be our first one in 2 months.
I think some of them are golfing too.
Probably, yeah. Maybe a few of them will. The president, right?
They drive.
He was then.
Is that all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your report. We had a buildings and grounds meeting today down at the new animal control building, and if anybody's drove by there, you can clearly see it has made substantial progress and is coming along very nicely. It appears as though we're kind of on track, in all ways with that building. Although, with any construction project, there's always gonna be ideas and things that come up after the fact. And we had some really good discussion today about, some fencing options for that facility, and then also some flooring options in that facility, specifically catering towards the reality of having animals in a concrete floored building. You're gonna have spills and we're gonna get smells. And we were able to come up with someone who has a product and a process that will improve that floor and make it much more durable, much more sanitary, and also a great way of protecting the investment that the taxpayers have put into that facility. And so we do have a contingency built into that project, and we may still land within that contingency with these improvements. But the Buildings and Grounds Committee felt that those improvements, because they will make the building last longer and work better for us for a long time, we may run a little over that contingency, but that's something yet to be seen as the project continues to build out. But it would be very minimal if that did happen. And I wanted everybody to be aware of that and to hear, and I'm sure Commissioner Huberlin and Commissioner Sarkella could chime in on some other avenues of, or ideas and ways that building has came together and the great things about it. So I'll stop there. Outside of that, we have our County Planning Commission meeting today at 3 o'clock. If anybody wants to join in on that, that's all I have. Christine?
I had my council on aging meeting yesterday. They had a re-election of officers. The only one change they made, they had a separate secretary position and a treasurer position. And because the county does handles the books and stuff on that, so they decided to combine the secretary treasurer. But so everybody was re-elected back in their position. Also, on September 27th is the Santa County Walk to Remember at the Diamond Trail. And then I had my CPAP meeting this morning, and this Thursday at Camp Caravel, there's gonna be 110 kids there and 35 volunteers. And it's the youth empowerment camp that's happening. And they have 8 sessions that they will have, that bracelets and presentation from the health department, a shake it off, mindful thing, pedal carts where you put the different glasses and you try, driving those, gaga ball. They're gonna have a reptile display come in. They do archery. They're gonna do a scavenger hunt, and they're gonna have a fire truck from the Port Sanilac fire department. So that's what's happening on Thursday. And just a reminder that every child just needs one safe person. Then I had my health department this morning. And, Croswell Back to School event was held on August 16th at the Croswell Wesleyan Church. They give out free backpacks, food supplies, haircuts, sports physicals, and the health department did a vaccine clinic there. There's a huge increase in Lyme disease this summer. The health department has a new program that to do the reports, and here's some samples of the reports. Like this one's for a new septic fill. If you want to see.
Is this what Bryant was talking about?
Yes.
It being on the GIS?
Yes, this is residential, here's a well one. You wanna see what they look like.
So
And then also on,
GIS, but then we see.
and also on this one, they could do the food where they go in the restaurants and stuff. And later on, this will be all online, so people will cut back on FOIA requests and whatever, that they could just go and look.
The information that's available to
Maybe.
the public.
It'll be, yeah, in the future. So that's what these look like. Measles, Michigan is among the 40 states that have reported measles. A total of 27 cases have been reported across 9 counties. There's a new COVID strain. It's Novus or razor blade throat, and it has surged. Cases are rising. Rabies have gone up. Maple Valley, what the health department owns now, they started off with their flag football program over there, and they have over 200 kids sign up. Project Connect is gonna hold an event there in October, and they're hoping that by January, if everything goes all right, then they'll have that building up and running. And that's all I have to report.
Okay, very good. Excellent report, Christine. Thank you.
Thought you said you were gone. Did you do all that today?
Yesterday and today.
Very good. Bill, your report?
Animal control, John talked about the shelter. It was great to go through that today and see, how much more efficient and, beneficial that's going to be for, our employees there, as well as the, animals they'll have under their control. Kudos to the city of Sandusky for allowing us to move that forward, and, I'm sure you want us out of that building sooner instead of later, so hopefully it will be sooner. And I have, just one more of the transportation, we met before I was out of town, we had to pay MDOT back some $23,000. They had some budget issues that, they said we underpaid, money back on buses. We looked at it, we're looking at a Tesco bus. Finally, we have another manufacturer we can consider for buses, so hopefully they'll be, better built, but costs on those things are around about $250,000 a bus. The new low buses, are up and running now. And, those will be, out, and they also, have done a really good job. They've been covering a lot of, summer camp transportation. So issues with Camp Cavell and so forth along the lake, they've been providing transportation for that. That's all I have.
Thank you, Bill. Gary?
As both you and Bill, acknowledged, with the, buildings ground that are meeting and walkthrough at the building this morning, that went extremely well, and, I really have no more to add to that. This afternoon, we have a planning committee, meeting, 2 weeks ago, we had a parks board meeting, and I think I brought it up in our last meeting. We have a new parks board, manager, at, Forestville, and, he's not new. He was the assistant at Evergreen sometime, and, it was reported in our meeting that, this has been another record year for the camps, in Sound Lake County. And, that not only goes to certain people, it goes to all the board and community members, they're doing extremely well. Tomorrow we have a, MMPA Quad County meeting, Carol, and, I heard you, Chris, talk about the backpack at Westland, and, our pastor Phil made a big deal about that in the church service Sunday, doing extremely well, so thank you. Yeah, my report.
Gary, you're the manager position at Forester. That was kind of like they were letting him try that out. Is that finalized and he's locked in as the manager? Okay. Very good. Thank you for your report, Gary. Roger?
On the 11th, I had a drug task force meeting. If you listen to the news or read the paper, you'll know that they're out there doing what they do. They just got another meth dealer last Thursday. Had a dealer quantity of meth. Gail from Sandusky. So kudos to them. It's a shame we need that, but we do. CMH, I had a program committee meeting last Tuesday, public education yesterday, and the board meeting coming up this coming Tuesday. This morning I felt like I was back at work again. I was in the building at about 15, fashionably late. I went up and assisted the drain commissioner with some paperwork for the final reimbursement for the Evergreen Park grant. So we got everything downloaded with the exception of 2 documents, I believe, and some pictures that he needs to get. So they should have their money here in the next couple months.
Thank
I think
you.
there's another close to 200,000 on that.
Thank you for helping them out with that.
Yeah, no problem. That's it.
Okay, thank you for your report, Rob. Appreciate everyone's committee reports. I see no need for unfinished business, so that's gonna move us directly into new business today. And that will start out with FA 117-25, approval of current claims.
Salem Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the payment of current claims identified on the accounts payable report dated August 12, 2025 for the general bank account in the amount of $285,128.65.
I have a motion from Finance Chairman Sarkella, support from Commissioner Ballard. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 118-25, budget amendments, appropriations, and transfers.
Salem Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the following amendments and establishes the following accounts as listed.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 119-25, approval of additional general fund bank account checks charged to July 2025.
Salem Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the payment of additional general fund bank account checks charged to July 2025 as follows. $1,257,453.34 in ACH payments, $913,647.21 in checks for a total of $2,171,155.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 120-25, adoption of amended probation policy.
Salem Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby adopts the amendment to the probationary period policy as follows.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Moody. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 121-25, adoption of amended purchasing policy.
Salem Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby adopts the amendment to the purchasing policy as follows. Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 122-25, authorization to purchase furniture for the county clerk's office.
Salem Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes emergency purchase of additional office furniture for standard office supply at a cost not to exceed $16,709.09 with funding from the concealed fiscal license CPL fund.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 123-25, approval of newspaper of record renewal.
Salem Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves renewing the newspaper of record agreement effective August 2nd, 2025 to August 1st, 2027.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 124-25, award and authorization to purchase computer works.
Salem Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby awards and authorizes the bid for 20 Dell computers at a cost of $23,499.60 and CDWG for 2015 Pro 15 STD Microsoft Office Suite 2024 open license from Salem Lake County's Microsoft license partner CDW at a cost of $8,500 for a total cost not to exceed $31,999.60 for the county's clerk's office Equalization Information Systems and 24th Circuit Court with funding from the Technology Information Systems.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Heberlin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Lastly, today under new business, we have NFA 020-25, acceptance of the 2024 annual report from the medical care facility.
Support.
Can I read it?
Oh, sorry.
I appreciate it.
We're trying to make the meeting go faster, so it's going on.
Salem County Board of Commissioners hereby accepts the medical care facility 2024 annual report as presented.
Now.
I have a motion and support. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. That will conclude new business today. At this time, I'm gonna call for general public comments. Are there any general public comments?
I want to thank the members of the ARPA Advisory Board for being such good stewards of that money that we received from the federal government. I read the summary. I understand the committee has been disbanded, but I read the summary, and we're so blessed to have people like you taking good care of people of this county. So, since I've been reappointed already, I'm not schmoozing, so I appreciate the good work you're doing.
We appreciate that, Jan. Everybody at the committee put substantial effort into that, and it's nice to hear that people appreciate the effort that's applied, so thank you. Any further public comments today?
Yeah, just say one thing, the Farm Bureau has the Project Red coming up in September, I think it's on the 17th and 18th. Quite a program that you guys, that's run here in Sand Lake County, they bring out, I believe all the fourth graders in for a program. And just to make an announcement about that, because we've been a part of it for about 5 years, and it really is, I think it's a great program that they run for your kids.
Okay, are you guys like a corporate sponsor with them and?
Not at all, nope, they do that on their own, it's simply for the Farm Bureau. Yeah.
Okay,
We're just one of the companies that comes in, puts on a presentation for these children.
okay, well, very good, thank you for that. Any further public comment? Okay, seeing none, we're gonna move on. There's no need for closed session today, although we do have closed session minutes from our previous session. If everybody could review those and then date and initial your envelopes. And when we're completed with that, I will entertain a motion to approve our closed session minutes from August 5th.
I'll make that motion.
Or I have a motion from Commissioner Lee, supported by Commissioner Sarcella, to approve our closed session meeting minutes from August 5th. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. And before we adjourn, I just had a realization when Mr. Lester's resolution was read by Commissioner Heberlin. I failed to ask for support for that and a roll call vote to initiate that. So if we could go back to that, Commissioner Heberlin, you've offered the resolution for Brett. Do I have support for that? Or I have support from Commissioner Ballard. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Lori, just roll call, please.
District 1, Commissioner John Block.
Yes.
District 2, Commissioner Roger Ballard.
Yes.
District 3, Commissioner Gary Heberlin.
Yes.
District 4, Commissioner Bill Sarcella.
Yes.
District 5, Commissioner Christine Lee.
Yes.
District 6, Commissioner Evan Zehart.
Yes.
District 7, Commissioner John Moody.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Thank you, Lori. We got so excited about all the fanfare, sometimes we forget procedure, so we caught her at the end, so.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, and forget what he said.
That was smooth.
Unless there's any more schmoozing to be done, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn our BOC meeting today at 1:42.
Make that motion.
I have motion and support from Commissioner Lee, support from Commissioner Dehart. All in favor of adjourning at 1:42, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
So you know, if I had,
Is it?
Well, Bill's back, so we had to get it done fast.
They spent Bill, your name was on.
Bill goes and says,
Bill, my name was on my medical.
Tried to call him the one day and he didn't answer.